Hey, this is Jared again for another manga update, and this time it's for the month of August. I got a lot of stuff for August, and we will start with Air Gear Volume 34 and 35. 35 now has me caught up with the English releases of the mangas, and there's only 2 more volumes and then the series is completed. So, yeah. I haven't read these yet, I haven't read most of these yet, but I'm looking forward to see where it goes and see how the series ends. So I don't know when the next volume's coming out, so I might just read the last 2 volumes online. I mean, it's just 2 volumes, I could do that. But yeah. Then we have Toriko Volume 35. I hear Toriko's finishing up in Japan, or at least it seems like it, like it's kind of rushing towards the end, which has me a little worried, but hopefully it's done right and it has a good ending. But so far I'm liking this final arc, and can't wait to read that. Then we have 2 fairy tales. We got the main series fairy tale, volume 55, and I'm still enjoying this. I like this arc, which seems like it's the final arc. And just all around I've always had fun with fairy tale, you know. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it is a good time. And then we have Fairy Tail Blue Mistral Volume 3, which is, of course, a shoujo spin-off of Fairy Tail about Wendy. And it's like her first missions as part of Fairy Tail. And she joins Fairy Tail in Volume 20, so you can just read this series anytime after Volume 20. And I've said before, it's really for only hardcore Fairy Tail fans. You know, no point in reading this if you don't really care for Fairy Tail that much. And then we have Terraformers Volume 12, and last month I got Volume 13 without even realizing I didn't get the 12 because the volumes come out kind of far apart and I didn't even notice it. But luckily I caught it before I started reading 13 and gotten lost, so I picked up 12, and now I have 2 volumes to read, which is great because I always kind of forget what happened last time when I start a new volume, so that's good. And then we have Ultraman Volume 5. I'm a big fan of kaiju stuff, so that's why I started reading the series, but by itself it's actually very interesting, and I do recommend it to people, even if you don't know anything about Ultraman, because you don't really need to know anything. It kind of just goes over the original series that was in Japan, and actually I think the original series is actually really short, so it's not like there's that much stuff to cover. Plus it was a kid show. But yeah, so far I'm really liking Ultraman. Then we have Tokyo Ghoul Volume 8, very popular manga at the moment. And I've said before I'm not as big on it as everyone else, but I do enjoy it a lot. And last volume, a lot of big action stuff was happening, so I'm actually looking forward to reading this volume and seeing what happens. Then we have My Love Story, Volume 8 and 9, and this catches me up to the English releases. I really like this series. It's very cute and very funny, and, you know, I enjoy it a lot. You know, it's really cute. Like, it's every chapter is like the couple just talking about how much they love each other. So, you know, if you don't like that kind of stuff, then, you know, sorry. But I like it, though it does seem like it could get old after a while, but as of right now I'm really enjoying it, so yeah. Then we have Fruits Basket Volume 4 of the collector's edition. It's 2-in-1s, so instead of 21 volumes like the original release, it's going to be like 12 volumes. And yeah, I like it a lot. And unlike My Love Story, even though this shoujo is very cutesy, it does get pretty dark at times. I was actually surprised. Like, there's some heavy moments in this manga. I wasn't expecting it, which is one of the reasons why I'm actually really enjoying it. So, yeah, definitely pick it up. It's a good read. Now I know why it was so popular in the past. Next we have School Live Volume 4, about high school girls cooped up in their school during a zombie apocalypse. And yeah, last volume left on a really big cliffhanger, so I'm actually excited to read this and see what happens. But very good read. It's actually pretty enjoyable. Next we have Kuroneko Oremo, which is the sequel to just Oremo. and this is the final volume, so I get to see how it ends. I hope the ending's good, because I know the light novels have been done for a while, and so is the anime, and I just kind of interested to see how it wraps up. It could be good or it could be horrible. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But as a whole, I've enjoyed the series up to now, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint. Then, sorry, there's like a fly in here. It keeps bugging me. Then we have My Hero Academia, Volume 5. When the series started, the first volume, I was not that into it. I was expecting more out of it, but as it kept going, I actually started liking it more and more, so I am looking forward to reading this volume and seeing what happens, because it's definitely growing on me. And then we have 3 different Attack on Titan series. First, we have the main series, Volume 19, and yeah, I'm liking how it is so far. God, stupid fly. But it's getting pretty action-packed, and it's kind of nearing the end, so I'm excited to see what's going on. And I'm glad the action's picking up, because all the talking and politics part of the series is actually pretty boring to me. Not that that kind of stuff is always boring to me, like I don't need action all the time, it's just the way it's written isn't the best to me, and the dialogue isn't always that great, so I'm really glad when they focus on the action in this series. But yeah. And then there's Before the Fall, Volume 8, all about how the weapon system and all that was first made for fighting against Titans. And I'm enjoying this series, and I like the artwork, and I'm just wondering how it ends. And I don't know if it's still going in Japan or not, if it's done. I'm not sure, I have to check on that. And then last we have Attack on Titan Lost Girls, which is about Annie and her backstory, which is really cool because they never explain her story at all in the manga. And so far in the manga, I think she's still locked away in the basement somewhere. I don't think anything's happened with her in a long time. But yeah, I'm interested to see her backstory and everything. I don't know if this is just 1 volume or how many volumes it is, but yeah, I'm interested to read it because I actually like her character and miss her. She hasn't been seen in a while. And then we have volume 79 of One Piece, and this is the final volume for Dressrosa. And I'm glad because now I can finally read all of Dressrosa, because I've said before, One Piece, and a lot of shonens for that matter, their story arcs are better read all at once. You know, Fishman Island arc, I didn't really care for that much when I first read it chapter to chapter, but then once I read it as a whole, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And same with Naruto, the whole final Shinobi War, I didn't really care for it when I read it chapter to chapter, but once I got all the volumes and read it, it was actually better than I remembered. So yeah, only reading story arcs all in one from now on. And this concludes Dressrosa, so now I can read it all. And I hear the new arc after this volume is actually really good, like one of the best. And it's really tempting me to read it chapter to chapter because everyone's saying how amazing it is. So, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to start reading this arc. Then we have One Punch Man, Volume 7, which concludes the whole alien invasion arc, which is where the anime left off. So, yeah, if you've read the anime, if you watched the anime and really loved it, I definitely recommend picking up the volumes because the artwork is just so amazing. Like, as amazing as the anime is, it still can't do justice to the artwork on how detailed and beautiful it is. If you don't pick up the volumes because you think, oh, well, I've already seen the anime, why bother getting the volumes? Well, there's actually a lot of bonus chapters in the volumes, so it's definitely worth picking up. And if you're also worried about getting spoiled, this volume ends exactly where the anime ends, so you can pick up the first 7 volumes and just be caught up exactly with the anime. But, yeah, so definitely pick up One Punch Man. Highly recommend it. Then we have Monster Musume Volume 9. What can I say? If you've read it in the past, it's it's still the same as before. And if you liked it, that's great. Keep reading it. And if you didn't like it, don't pick it up because it's not like it gets better. It's basically the same thing. So yeah, either you love it or you hate it. That's basically all I gotta say. Wolfsman Volume 7. It's been a long time since I've got a Wolfsman volume. Volume 6 concluded the story arc that 1 through 6 was telling, and Volume 7 starts a new story arc. Probably the most brutal manga I've ever read. You know, it's not as graphically gory as Berserk or Gantz or something, but the things that happen in this were things that happened in real life, whereas those other series are fantasy, and some of that stuff isn't possible the way people die. But in this one, it's very realistic, and it's very dark. So it's not for the faint of heart, but the first story arc just had to do with a castle that guarded the way into another country and people trying to get through it. And the whole time you're just rooting for them to get through, but something always goes wrong, and you're just like, my God, like something good needs to happen. So Volume 6 concluded that story arc, and Volume 7 continues a different part of the war that's going on. So yeah, I don't know anything about it, but I'm interested to see what it's about, and hopefully the story arc is just as good. But yeah, very good series, just know what you're getting into. It's very dark stuff. Then we have UQ Holder, Volume 4 and 5, the sequel to Negima, and so far I'm really enjoying the series. I mean, I can't say I like it as much as Negima, but then again, I'm only on the 4th and 5th volume, so I haven't gotten to know all the characters all that well and everything like that, but so far it's great. And I've always loved Ken Akamatsu's artwork, you know, the things he does with lighting and stuff. I always like that. So yeah, just continuing this and seeing how it goes. I think the English releases are up to Volume 8 now, so I'm just getting like 2 volumes a month, just so, you know, I don't catch up too fast and then have to wait. Then we have Haganai, I Don't Have Many Friends, Volume 12 and 13, and this catches me up to the releases in both in English and Japanese, because there is no Volume 14 in Japanese, which makes me worried. Like, does Volume 13 conclude the series? Because I know the series is completed in Japan, but does it conclude it, or does the mangaka just stop making it and the series is on hiatus? I don't know. Either way, that makes me worried, because I don't want to just not have the ending, you know? I mean, I could always read the light novels, I guess. I don't think the anime ever finished the series either, though. I think the anime just stopped. So, I don't know. Hopefully I see an ending, but I doubt it, because there's no way the story can wrap up in just these 2 volumes. It seems like there's too much. But we'll see what happens. Then we have Knights of Sidonia, Volume 4 and 5. I started reading this because I saw the first few episodes of the anime and really liked it. And I was watching it with my friend, and I didn't want to keep watching it without him. But then we never got around to keep watching it, so I just said screw it and started collecting the manga. And the manga came first. But yeah, the anime actually adds a lot, because I caught up to the anime with like the 2nd volume of the manga series. From what I've seen so far, I do like the anime a little more, just because it adds more. Like, the manga feels a little rushed. But then again, I don't know how the anime is as it goes on. For all I know, the anime can skewer to like its own thing and be a disappointment. I don't know. But so far, the manga, it is good. I like the story a lot. The only problem I have is the artwork with the characters, because everybody has the same face. So I really get confused sometimes on who's who, because everyone has the same face. Normally I'm actually really good with that. I don't get confused easily. I can always usually tell people apart, but this one is actually really hard to do. But aside from that, it is a really good story, and I'm going to keep getting more volumes. The English volumes are complete. It's all done, so I'm going to try to collect them all pretty soon. But yeah. If you've seen the anime, you can just comment below and let me know if the anime ends up just being better than the manga all the way, and maybe I'll just watch the anime. And then we have Assassination Classroom, Volume 11. I really like Assassination Classroom. It's one of my favorite shonens I'm reading at the moment. I know it's completed in Japan at 21 volumes. So yeah, just I'm more than halfway done now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I don't love it enough to like read it online. Like I gotta know what happens next, but I am enjoying it enough to where like I look forward to each time I get a new volume. So yeah, I do recommend that. Then we have probably my favorite new shonen I've read within the last year or two, and that's Food Wars. I've said before how much I love this manga. It's so great, and the second season of the anime, I guess, just started. I haven't watched the anime at all, but I'm actually tempted to watch it now. But yeah, I love it so much. And the only reason I don't read this series online is just because I don't want to catch up and have to wait like everyone else. Because these volumes actually come out pretty frequently, like every other month. So I don't have to wait too long to get a new one. So it's worth waiting to me. And yeah, I love it a lot. Highly recommend it to anyone. Even if you don't watch Food Channel shows, because I don't watch them, I still definitely recommend this because it's so much fun. Yeah. Food Wars. And then last we have Magi or Magi or however you want to pronounce it. I have no idea. But Volume 19, an amazing series. If you love Arabian Nights stories like Aladdin and Alibaba and all that, then definitely I definitely recommend this. Yeah, I don't know any other anime or slash manga that tells this kind of story. You know, the Arabian Nights kind of story. You know, there's a million space stories, there's a million, you know, like sci-fi, that kind of stuff, but it's the only one of this genre I know of. Very rare. Kind of like Old West stories. I actually have only probably seen one Old West type manga. That's actually not a very popular genre, but I'd like to see more of that. But anyways, this is a great series. I'm really loving it, and yeah, I can't wait to read this volume. And that's it for this month of August, and I'll see you next month for September's.